Good afternoon. This is the Town of Woodbridge Board of Police Commissioners regular monthly meeting. It's a special meeting because we've changed the start time to 4 o'clock in the afternoon as an accommodation to several people's schedules, and we'll try and do that on a going forward basis. So today's meeting, a couple of things. Unfortunately, one of our commission members, Andy Esposito, is not able to join us today, but in person, but is joining us by phone. And Andy, are you there?
I am here.
Great.
Hello,
Hi, Andy.
Good to hear your voice. And Commissioner Coppell is running a little bit late. He anticipates joining us in the next few minutes. That said, I think we can still conduct business, so why don't we get started? And the first order of business is the approval of a couple of minutes. We're a little behind on that. So I'm going to ask for approval of the last regular meeting we had, which was back September the 15th.
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
Okey doke, that's true. You were not at that meeting. Thank you, Andy. So that, the minutes for that September 15th meeting are approved. And secondly, I'd like to ask for approval of the special meeting that we had on October the 20th.
I'll move the minutes.
And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi, Andy Esposito, since I'm on the phone here.
Great, thank you. I think we're caught up now on the approved minutes. Is that right, Tiffany?
Correct.
Good. I don't see anybody here for public comment. Have we had any written correspondence from anybody?
No.
Then I think we'll move right into the review of reports, please, Chief, starting with the financials.
Yes, sir. Okay, regarding the financial report, as of November 13th, which is 4.5 months into this fiscal year, the Woodbridge Police Department has used 37% of our budget. 3 of our accounts are at 100% or more at this point. Our overtime is at 119%, which is due to contractual minimum staffing requirements. The department has had 4 budgeted vacancies and 2 long-term injuries for some time. The labor negotiations line is at 100%, and these are legal costs related to the most recent contract negotiations. This has to do with our town attorney. And with regards to repairs and maintenance, you see the line is at 101.4%, and this is due to one of our high mileage patrol vehicles needed a new engine, which cost $9,640. And a second detective's vehicle needed a water pump for a price of $3,564.
Really? A water pump, $3,000?
Well, there are other things too. That was a water pump was the primary repair. So if you look on the graph that we supplied, you can see that a bulk of our overtime is being spent on patrol coverage voluntary, and this is due to contractual. This is contractual means. So basically, patrol overtime voluntary. What happens there is that if there's a patrol officer and a sergeant working, because there's a minimum staffing requirement of 2, but if there's a patrol sergeant and a patrol officer working, another patrol officer can work to supplement the force on that particular evening or day. Dispatch coverage is a bit elevated also because we have had 2 dispatchers in training for some time, and we have 1 dispatcher that is currently on workers' compensation. And that's the financial report.
Any idea when he or she will be back?
No,
Something
no.
medical?
Another, waiting for other medical imaging. I think it'll be sometime.
And our two dispatch employees who are in training, how are they doing and when will they be sort of
Well, the good news is that one completed training and now is working independently.
great?
And the second one is close to the middle of her training and doing very well. I've gotten some very positive performance evaluations.
Great. That's good news. Welcome, Commissioner Coppell.
Thank you very much. Apologies for my delay.
You made record time from Hartford. No speeding tickets were issued.
Be careful there.
Record.
Until he got into Woodbridge and he slowed down.
And Hank, just so you know, Andy is on the phone with us.
Thank you.
Hi, Hank.
Hey,
Any questions on anybody's part vis-à-vis the financial report, either any line item on the year-to-date budget or any questions on overtime issues?
Nope, not for me.
And I would entertain the motion to approve the financial
Motion.
report. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Thank you. Moving on to the officer activity report.
During the month of October, Woodbridge Police arrested 6 individuals, 6 criminal arrests during the month. Criminal arrests were made for the following charges: criminal impersonation, forgery in the second degree, harassment in the second degree, identity theft in the second degree, interfering with an officer, larceny in the second degree, stalking in the first degree, and violation of a protective order. There were 2 arrests for that specific charge. With regards to the investigative services unit report, our detectives assumed 8 new investigations. Detectives conducted 4 background investigations on police applicants. 3 of the applicants appeared before an oral board for interviews. Detectives arrested a Woodbridge resident for stalking. The arrest was made on the strength of an arrest warrant application. Detectives received a complaint from a local business owner who fell victim to an online request and subsequently provided banking information in a large payment to the wrong company. Detectives were assigned 2 identity theft investigations. One of the investigations involved an attempt to list a residence parcel of undeveloped land for sale. The victim reacted in time and canceled the transaction. The victim was referred to the town clerk's office fraud monitoring program to monitor any future attempts. So that investigation's still going on. Nearly 40 pounds of prescription drugs were collected and turned over to the DEA in their drug buyback event. Drug take-back event. An arrest warrant application was submitted to the court and is under review pending the prostitution massage parlor investigation at 270 Amity Road. And detectives fingerprinted 9 individuals during the month of October. With regards to our school resource officer, if I can include that with the detectives, the school resource officer attended a town safety meeting and gave a presentation regarding lockdowns and shelter-in-place scenarios. The presentation was well accepted. Our SRO spoke with students in several classes regarding the dangers of speeding and erratic driving and unsafe driving. Other topics included vaping and consuming alcoholic beverages. And there was a fire evacuation drill was conducted at Amity Regional High School, and the drill went smoothly. So we're getting our SRO more involved in teaching the kids there about, speeding. That's a big concern here in town. So really monthly, bi-monthly, we're talking about the dangers of speeding, the dangers of being inattentive, being on your phone, things of that sort. So, with regards to the traffic, which is also under officer activity, traffic, our officers conducted 69 motor vehicle stops during the month of October, which is a 9.5% increase from September. There were 327 radar enforcement details and 326 deterrent traffic safety patrol details. So the difference between those, radar is just for specifically speed enforcement. Deterrent traffic safety patrol are sitting at red lights, stop signs, or other areas where there are some traffic concerns. There were 26 motor vehicle accidents during the month of October, which is a 13% increase from September. 5 of the motor vehicle accidents were injuries. There were injuries. 6 of the motor vehicle accidents occurred on Amity Road and 5 occurred on Litchfield Turnpike. So we are focusing our speed enforcement on those areas amongst other areas.
Were they speed? They were all speed related?
Not necessarily. It could be inattentive, following too close, but when we see accidents in high volume at specific locations, you always have to think speed had something to do with it. So Amity Road, it's the same roads that we're seeing month after month. Amity Road, Litchfield Turnpike, sometimes Seymour Road. We're seeing some high rollers on those roads. So we want to concentrate our efforts there. Some of the side roads, we're more or less putting the speed trailer to maybe try to track things and then doing some speed enforcement there also.
So the side roads, what prompts the speed trailer being there?
Basically,
There's one on Perkins Road right now.
yeah, there's one on Perkins Road because there is a complaint. There's 2 complainants from Perkins Road that are complaining. One of the concerns is that vehicles are coming off of Amity Road and they're going down Perkins Road at a high clip, and their kids are getting off the bus, and it's a little bit dangerous there. So I'm working with the Traffic Commission. We've talked about this, potentially putting, you ever see those speed, they're like strips, like rumble strips. So now when you get off of Amity Road, when you come onto Perkins, you might have like a little bit of a rumble. Because otherwise there's not really much else you can do. You can't put a speed hump there or a speed bump. So we're also putting the speed trailer to just let people know you have to slow down there. So we've also been running speed enforcement there on Perkins. I don't know if you've seen an officer, but one has been assigned there periodically.
So the main roads that you mentioned, Litchfield Turnpike, Amity, those are state roads as opposed to
Yes.
town roads?
Yes.
And so other than just being able to have officers patrolling those areas, we have no other ability to do traffic calming measures on those?
We could. We just have to contact the Department of Transportation and just explain why we want to do what we want to do. But we have to back that up with data and research. We have to make sure that we're counting cars. We have to put the speed trailer out to see what the speed is. Is it beyond the 85th percentile? We have to see how many accidents occurred there. We have to see what other areas that have that same type of roadway, what the speed limit is in other places. So it's a number of things that need to be done to get it, to implement even the slightest change. But it could be done.
And you mentioned the Traffic Commission, and in previous meetings, we talked about having them come in.
Yes.
At some point, you're
Yeah.
still trying to plan something like
Yeah,
that?
we can do that whenever things get settled a little bit. Maybe
Just to get to
even,
know you
I
a
was
little
talking
bit
about
better.
maybe even having an animal control officer come, maybe a traffic
Yeah.
commission member come, let them know exactly what's going on, what they're doing, and what their goals are.
Chief, those standard procedures that are done before instituting traffic calming and related measures, is that something pursuant to state regulation, or is that more a custom and practice within the traffic management field?
Yeah, it's a state regulation. A lot of it is state regulation, but that's not to say that we can't do things with the local traffic authority here. For instance, North Pease Road, several people were complaining about speeding vehicles. We showed that there was a problem, people coming off Amity Road, coming down North Pease Road. So when we see that it is a problem, you know, it's up to us to just talk to the police department, talk to the police commission to see if we want to put a speed hump, and that's just working with Public Works. We have to let the state know, but we can do that. It's a little more trickier to do things on main thoroughfares.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further questions or concerns of the chief about the officer activity report?
Nope.
If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve the officer activity report.
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Animal control report.
So, during the month of October, our animal control officers responded to 116 total calls for service, which was down 16.5% from the previous month. Out of these complaints, 71 were Woodbridge complaints, 15 Bethany, 3 Beacon Falls, 27 Seymour. As far as enforcement action, 2 written warnings, 2 verbal warnings, and 1 criminal arrest was made during the month of October. There were 17 animals in total impounded, 15 dogs, 2 cats, which is a 42% increase. And with regards to adoptions, there were 18 adoptions, 8 dogs, 7 cats, 3 other. I think it might have been a couple roosters, 2 roosters, which is a 500% increase. So animal control has been working very, very hard. I'm happy to report that as of now, there's very few animals at the shelter. That I believe all the cats have been adopted, and I think there's only a handful of dogs that are up for adoption right now. So the animal control officers have been doing a very good job in getting these animals adopted. And that's all I have for the animal control report.
And if you would just catch us up on a couple of other things regarding animal control, Chief. I noticed just before I came, I know I'm getting ahead of things on November statistics, and this was an October report, but do you want to just tell us a little bit about the memo that you sent out today about the arrest of the situation?
Yes. Well, back in October, I just put out a press release late this afternoon. But in October, our animal control officers who handle Seymour also responded to a Seymour address on a dog that was severely emaciated. It was on the brink of death. So our ACOs immediately rushed the dog to a veterinary hospital, where it was there for some time and actually accrued a very large bill. Thankfully, we were able to raise most of that money online from people that were concerned about the dog's welfare, which is nearly, yes, over $10,000, $12,000 that people came to our aid, which we're very, very thankful for. Our animal control officers conducted an investigation with the assistance of Seymour Police, because the incident happened in Seymour. Woodbridge Police couldn't participate, but our animal control officers did. Our animal control officers worked with Seymour Police in putting together an arrest warrant application. It was subsequently signed by the court, and an arrest was just recently made on a Seymour resident. $25,000 bond. They don't have the court date. I'm happy to report that the dog is making a big improvement, and I'm certain that once the dog is fully healed, someone will take this dog. It's a great dog. I've met him. Stopped in at the PD. Great dog. So we're good to see that. We're good to see the efforts that we're making. And this isn't the first arrest that animal control has made. Recently, we made an arrest in Bethany. So you can see that we're not taking animal cruelty lightly here. And we are moving full force on any complaints that we have. I'm happy to report that and very passionate about that.
Great.
Definitely good news. Can you also just help us a little bit with the animal control budget? I was having a little trouble reading it because of the posting on the intergovernmental revenue, right? That's what comes in from the other towns that participate with us.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We actually need to speak with Tony about that a little bit
Okay.
more, because this has just been given to the police department, this budget.
Right.
Yeah, we've taken it over, but things are coming to us very slowly. I believe that intergovernmental revenue, I think a big part of that is that we're being paid by the other
Right.
towns and cities, or whatever. And another thing too to remember is that what I think we need to do, and we are doing it with Seymour, is that we're getting hit hard with a lot of Seymour complaints. A lot of animal cruelty is coming out of Seymour lately. We have not only this arrest that was just recently made, there's at least 2 other cases. There's another big case out of Bethany. So the thing is that even though these towns and cities pay us a certain amount of money, when we're getting veterinary bills that are going through the roof and blowing our budget up, we are asking these towns or cities to conduct a fundraiser to do something to help us out. Seymour's doing that. There's going to be something to do with Christmas coming up very soon, in another couple of weeks, where I'm hoping that they raise some money. So we're thinking of different ways to raise money, because veterinary costs are really the primary reason that these costs are so high. When a dog is mistreated, anytime it goes to the vet, you're going to see it beyond $10,000, and we have to treat it. We have to treat the dog. But I'm going to get some information, more information on that. I'm going to talk to Tony this week. Tiffany and I are going to meet with him and find out exactly what the deal is.
Yeah, it'd be good to see exactly, which town pays what and why.
Yeah,
And, maybe if there's more incidents from one town, maybe you can, see if they pay a little bit more.
100%.
Based upon
And that
incidents.
very well might happen.
Right, yeah.
Or you could look at another town and say, hey, this town is paying X amount, but they're costing us this amount, and
Right,
maybe
right.
different decisions will be made.
Unless there are any further questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve the animal control report.
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Thank you. Chief, what do you think about the idea of having one of the animal control officers and potentially even regularly participate and offer the animal control report?
Yeah, I mean, I think if that happened, it would give the commission an opportunity to even know more so what's going on at animal control. There's been a lot going on in the animal control, more than we probably have time to talk about. There's a lot of things going on there, and it might be a good idea to talk about what are the exact improvements that we've made down there, building improvements, report improvements, computer improvements, investigation improvements in really every facet of the job. It's come a long way since the police department's taken over, but it takes a lot of work. And they could be the first one to tell you exactly what's happening.
And that sounds like it would be a very useful thing to do.
Sure.
And I think we all want to just congratulate you and thank you for really taking this on. I know when we were first asked to do this, when the police department was asked to do this in the spring, we weren't sure it was the right time, given all the other things that were challenging with the police department, with change of leadership, et cetera. But you have really managed to put a lot of time and attention to an important part of the town, and we're beginning to really see the fruits of that labor. So thank you so much, Chief.
I appreciate it very much. I'd just like to say that the shelter is a place, for the people, the community here in Woodbridge. And, my hope is to make it a place where people want to go. You want to visit, you want to go down and have a cup of coffee, visit the animals, sit with the animals. Training, kids can go down there and learn about different animals and things of that sort. We have a great opportunity. I think we just have to really get our feet on the ground, which we're trying to do. We've been trying to do for some time. But I think once we get everything going, I think we can really be successful and be a real asset for the town. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
I will hear from the chief on some report on some concerns. One starting with where things are with the police facility.
Sure. Well, I'm happy to report that Public Works advised me just last week that they will be installing new tile in the entryway. Andy, I'm sure you're happy about that. So that's going to supposedly happen.
That must be a minor miracle. All right.
Well, that supposedly happened in early December, so let me know if there's a color that you'd like, because they're going to bring samples in. So that's going to be installed. So we're happy for that.
Congratulations.
We'll call it the Esposito way.
So on the downside, there is still an odor emanating from the bathroom ceiling, which is located in the roll call room. And Public Works advised that this area has not been abated for asbestos. So I'm in conversations with Town Hall regarding how to plan to move forward with regards to this. The building committee, I'm happy to report, will be touring the North Branford Police Facility, I believe this Wednesday, for ideas and suggestions regarding our need to renovate the Woodbridge Police Department. Commissioner Westervelt is kind enough to accompany Sergeant Rizzuti on Wednesday to look at that facility. My hope is to look at not only that facility, but also Wallingford has a newer facility. We can go to Hamden, which has a 10 years old, but a pretty modern facility, to see what works, what doesn't, and how we can utilize the space that we have. So I'm excited that this is moving forward. And that's all I have on the police facility concerns.
Great. And I know we've been chatting about animal control shelter. You want to just catch us up on the state visit, and have we complied with all of the requirements for?
Yes. So the animal shelter, there have been several improvements over the past month. Most importantly, we had the floors sealed. I believe that was the last thing that we needed to do from the state animal control audit that we had. So that has been done. All the kennels now have all been labeled, both interior and exterior. This helps avoid confusion upon animal intake. We have a camera system now, which has been installed at the shelter, so the shelter now has interior and exterior coverage. So for the safety of the officers that work down there, this is a pretty big catch for us. I explained about the concrete flooring, which has been sealed by Public Works. And we recently received a quote from a fence vendor to replace fencing that's in need of repair. Public Works has responded down there and cleaned the exterior of the building. So we're looking in a lot better shape. We've kept some of the old cat cages. Cat room has been repaired. It looks very nice right now. Things are getting better.
Absolutely. It's really so helpful to hear all of this, and so much effort and cooperation between the police department, animal control officers, volunteers, Public Works.
Yeah, they've been down there quite a bit, and they've really made marked improvement.
Great.
There's still things that need to be improved, but compared to what it was, compared to what it is today, 100% different.
Super. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for the chief on any of the issues, either related to the facility or animal control, the shelter? No? Good. Okay, personnel matters.
The department has one police officer that has been out on a work-related injury that occurred in February of '25, and he is currently receiving treatment. His date of return is uncertain. I believe there was a hearing that will be conducted sometime in November. So I'll have more information as to what the status will be with him. The dispatcher, as we talked about before, has been out since last month with a recurring work-related injury, and her next doctor's appointment, we're waiting to hear, but that's going to be some imaging that she's in need of. This morning, we're fortunate enough, and I'd like to thank the commission for the swearing in of Officer Brent Zuskin. He will begin approximately 2 to 3 weeks of field training with a field training officer before he can patrol independently. One of the benefits that we have is that usually before an officer can patrol independently here in Woodbridge, because officers are EMRs, emergency medical responders, they have to go through a rigorous few-week course and then take a state practical examination to become an EMR. Officer Zuskin's an EMT, which is a higher level of training, so we could put him on the road potentially 2 to 3 weeks. So for the holiday season, specifically Christmas and New Year's, which is always a big deal here, we have one extra person, and I'm very happy about that. I'm not sure if he'll be happy when he's working Christmas, but we're
Great.
So also, I'd like to say Officer Alex Weiner, who's doing a fantastic job at the academy. I'm not certain if he's still ranked at the top of his class, but he's up there. He's set to graduate from the Police Officer Standards and Training Council on December 17th. So after he graduates, he will begin a 14-week field training program. So for him, it'll be longer because part of him, to become a certified police officer, he has to complete not only the police academy, but also field training. So we're excited to have it. So that's going to help too when he comes on board. So also we had a few people apply, non-certified people applied, all passed the oral board assessment, and we're conducting background investigations right now. So there are a handful of applicants that are still available.
So how many budgeted but unfilled positions currently exist?
So right now, we have, I believe, 2.
2.
Which is a big, if we're going from 4 to 2, it's pretty,
Absolutely.
After Suskin.
yeah, after Zuskin, yep.
Great.
Well, 3, I'm sorry, 3. Yeah, 3. There's 3 right now. So, but we have another person that I'm going to speak with you about that we have already been through the process. We just have to get this officer in front of the personnel committee.
Right.
And that would be sometime in December. So if we do in fact hire this specific candidate, then it'll be 2.
So give us as much notice as you can.
Yeah, we'll do.
Because we
I
have
will.
had- we-
We really could do it any time. So after this meeting, we could set something up, whatever's good for you. And I said about Shanice Smith, the dispatcher. She has successfully completed her training, and Nicole Toth, the other dispatcher, is doing very well.
Great.
And that's all we have for personnel matters.
Okay, so our last agenda item is to do an executive session to discuss personnel matters regarding the deputy chief search. And so for that, I'm going to ask to shut down our video and ask everybody but the commissioners to leave the room. So we have a couple of minutes together, and then at some point, Chief, we're going to invite you back in to join us for a little bit.
Alrighty, so motion to go into executive session. Motion to do an executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okey-doke. I I'd entertain a motion now that we've asked everybody to come back into the room to go out of executive session.
Motion?
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And now we are back in the Board of Police Commissioners meeting. So we were just in executive session with the discussion surrounding the selection of a new deputy chief for Woodbridge Police Department. No votes were taken, no actions were taken during the executive session. But now that we're back in session, I would ask if anybody would either like to make any comment or any motion to make an offer to a prospective candidate.
Motion to extend an offer to Raymond Quinn as the next deputy chief for the Woodbridge Police Department.
Second.
Is that conditional
Can you get
on?
on all the negotiation and paperwork and all the other medical issues, I guess.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You seconded, or you all go to all in favor?
But we're
No, I
ready to
already
go to all in
seconded it.
favor.
Okay, all in favor, all right.
Are you in on that?
I'm in on it, all in favor.
So,
Yay.
thank you, Andy. So we appear to have a unanimous board agreement on that the conditional offer should be made to Captain Raymond Quinn of Hamden Police Department, and we're hopeful that he will become our next deputy chief here in Woodbridge.
Great.
So,
Thank you. So basically, what we would do is provide him with a conditional offer of employment, and it'd be contingent upon him taking a polygraph examination, a psychological examination, and a medical examination in a background. So my hope is to get those things scheduled right away and move as quick as possible. I don't really, we're kind of at the whim of the polygraph examiner and the psychologist and the medical doctor to do the exam, so it might be a few weeks anyway, I think at least.
well, we all appreciate, the sooner the better. We know you've been shouldering this on your own for a couple of months now, and we've done our part to try and move this along as expeditiously as possible. So we're excited.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you moving this along as quick as it did. It's going to be very, very helpful to have a deputy chief in place and move the department forward. So I thank you very much for your efforts. I know it was very quick.
Great.
I very appreciate it.
In turn, I am grateful to all of my colleagues on the commission for their good work, and we put in a lot of time, energy, thought. So nice work. I think at this point I'm going to ask for adjournment of the regular meeting of the Board of Police Commissioners. I believe that although we have listed the traffic authority, there is no business and no residents here to visit.
Motion to adjourn.
So,
Second?
Second.
all in
Third.
favor?
Aye.
We are in adjournment. Thank you.